Alright folks, we have something really special today. We have a real 1967 Shelby GT500 fastback, and this customer has owned it for quite a while. He bought it in the early 70s. Somebody had it was originally the green. Somebody had painted it blue. At that time, he had the car repainted, and they were supposed to repair all the rust, but they went over it with filler, and this had started to show 4 years after he had it painted. Very neat car with the functional scoops that cooled the brakes. You can see the vent inside the wheel well there, which I've never seen before. Has the this is an automatic big block car. The let's see here, GT500 badge there. Cobra seat belts. Have the optional 8-track. I don't know if that's factory or not, but kind of a neat survivor. He kept it. He didn't drive it a lot. He said he daily drove it for a couple years and then stopped because of the cost of the fuel. I can't remember if these were 426, 7, or 8, 9. You can tell me in the comments. Somebody probably knows on here. But have the factory dual quads. He has the air cleaner off of it at the moment. He had to replace the fuel pump and has been doing a couple of things. Really neat. Came factory with this fiberglass hood. Factory hood pins, I believe. Just a crazy rare, valuable car. Since this did come with the automatic, it was a little bit more of a base. It did not come with AC, which also made a little bit more of a base GT500 car. But just a crazy piece of history in this condition, and pretty exciting to have in here. Are these original? Someone put silicone on there. I'm sure he did to save the light. Oh, that one has a crack in it too. Obviously fix some rust. We're going to try to leave as much of that original steel on there as I can while getting the rust out of it.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Alright, so we found some filler. They had a previous repair had filled this cancer hole with filler. They had filled over the holes for that emblem as well. You know, I would like to take the door off and get behind there and stuff, but the plan is for now is to keep this job very minimal. He doesn't want anything messed with that doesn't have to be messed with, and so I'm gonna cut this section out here, and we're gonna try to weld back to our lap here. We'll see what it's doing underneath here, if we can fix this stuff from the outside after we cut it out, or if we're gonna have to take off the door like we're not supposed to.
Do you wanna go to the sock club with me? Do some dancing, maybe romancing at the sock club with me. And if you're ever been around, then I would be the luckiest boy in town. Do you wanna go to the sock club with me? Dance you really close, you wanna take off your clothes and the sock off with me. It's not enough to say I think it's swell.
Alright, so our inside of our door is in surprisingly good shape, not having any cancer holes or anything in it. So what we're going to use is a rust treater on it. It's kind of a acids and bases kind of system. Rust is acidic and they're neutralizing it with a base, and it also puts kind of a sealer coat on it. Rust mort is usually what I use. It seems pretty good. I also went in and we cleaned out these edges so it gets all that filler and rust out of there, so we have a nice weld. This is our previous repair that someone did. You can see it's kind of metallic-y. This stuff that they used is called all metal. I've wanted to try it out on some different things. I think it would be cool to do like kind of the first coat. It's supposed to be a heavier duty kind of first coat kind of stuff. You know, this did fail, but we're also talking about 1974 when it was put in, so you know, it kind of did its job for a while, even though it was kind of a, you know, misused. We'll put that rust mort in here. Then on the back of our repair panel, we'll get this in here, but we'll paint the back of this before we put it in. And then, you know, some of it burns off as you're welding, but it at least has a chance. So the reason getting those edges cleaned out, this is really the point of it right here, is you get those edges cleaned out and then you can get this flush welded back in. What happens here a lot is you end up with the metal out on top, kind of like that. The problem with that is now the edge of your door is fatter, and it makes it a little harder to align and make look right. We're trying to get down there, we're trying to get onto this original metal here and use it to weld it in, so that way we don't have to take off the door, we don't have to replace that inner flat piece. So we're kind of winning so far. This is kind of how this particular job, how I'm trying to do it. What I'm trying to do is save as much of that original GT500 tin that's on here and not replace anything we don't have to. Also, putting in that rust converter and stuff like that will help the whole area, you know, not get any worse. Hopefully that rust mort shows up here pretty soon and we can start putting this piece in. We got rust mort here. It looks like SEM bought it. I don't think it was an SEM product before, but I could be wrong. But they're the kind of company that would buy a company that is making a good product. So I'm gonna spray a little bit of this in here. Try to spray it back where we can't see. And you can see and you can smell it. It has a lot of vinegar in it, and it's literally just changing that acid more to a neutralized base. But see, it's dripping down in, getting down in that little seam there. I got the rag here just to keep it off the other stuff, but our tape is doing that as well. And that's it. You just let that sit and it dries up and it's handled. It has two sections that have a little bit of an issue. Right here, I think the rust and stuff kind of pushed the panel out. It'll do that when it starts to separate. And it kind of made a little high spot here. And then this spot right here, it looks like it had a dent that went in a little bit here that was never pulled back out, and so we'll pull that out as kind of we go here. But we did get our replacement piece to fit in here nice and snug. We don't have a lot of places for a ground here. Kind of see where that area was a little more damaged, and that's where it was hit previously. It had a little, so you can kind of see that's where we're supposed to be, that's where it was sitting. So it kind of had a weird look to the gap there. Of course, it was all bulged up from the weld or the rust and all the other, but there's a dent here and it goes somewhere into this area, but I'm not supposed to mess with any of that stuff, so I don't know how big it could get. I don't want to be, you know, sanding half of his door down because he wants it to just be kind of in the fixing the spots, so we're going to leave it. It doesn't seem to be cracking or anything, so nothing to mess with at this moment.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be alright.